Hi there, I'm Pete, and I'm an alcoholic.
PQS Self-Express.
Yeah, that's right. This is Pete Smith, and I figured I'd just share a little bit of my story with you today. Uh, when I was in my teens, I started partying, like a lot of us back then, and it started with drinking, and then I started to smoke some pot. Got really high on pot, and then kind of lost that feeling on pot. And so I started trying other things to get that high and progressed into other drugs and continued drinking. It got really bad by the time I was graduating high school. I had gone from an A student to practically failing some of the classes. And went off to college, drunk and high most of the time. I was an art major, so I got straight A's in art, but couldn't handle life at that point. Wasn't able to pay for school or repair a car, pay for car repairs, and anyway, dropped out. My excuse was I wanted to get out and earn some money in the world. But it was really because I was just partying so much. Got in some fights, some bad things happened. Had my jaw broken because of saying stupid things in a bar. My jaw was wired shut for a couple months, which was interesting. Got really bad. Some cocaine, some speed, and just a lot of bad things. Like I said, did some really bad things. Very fortunate I didn't wind up dying and or in prison, being thrown in jail for what I did. And when I was 21, I was given another chance at life. I had an awakening. I call it God, but you can think of it however you like. I was working for the cable company at that time and doing service calls. I was in my cable van going up Route 280 and just broke down, just had enough. I felt like I was going to die. Didn't want to die. And something spoke to me, said, if you could just stop drinking and using drugs, your life will improve. And it dawned on me. I saw my past like a film just playing in my mind and all the stuff that had happened. And I thought, wow, if I could just stop, my life will improve. I saw how it was all connected to my drinking and drug use. And I saw that when I was a child, I had these big dreams, aspirations to do something with my life. And there I was at 21 years old, ready to die. And then I started to meet people that were sober. The very next day, I walked into a bar that I had been going to. And I told the bartender, that's it for me. I'm done. I quit. And guess what? He was in AA. And he said, yeah, okay, you're coming to meetings with me. So I started going to meetings. And I found a young people's group, an AA young people's group in Bloomfield. And I met people, and I learned that there was life without drinking, without using drugs, without getting high. I met musicians. I started writing songs. I started to play music. We would go camping. And I started doing all those things that I wanted to do when I was younger, but that somehow got pushed to the side when I started partying. And we'd have dances. And my life improved. It just got better. Immediately, really. After a few months, I did think I could go and maybe smoke some pot. And I tried. But it led me back to drinking. So then a few months after that, I was like, nah, that's it. I had a taste of sobriety, and I knew that it was for me. And here I am, 37 years later, still clean and sober. Thank God. Thanks to the people around me, my family, friends, those in AA that helped me. So, if there's anyone out there struggling, wondering if getting clean and sober is an option, I would like to say that it is. My life changed drastically for the better when I put down that drink. I never thought 37 years would pass, but that's good. That's okay. I didn't look at it that way. You know, I was told, look at it one day at a time, and so I did. And I didn't think in terms of years or months even. I just thought in terms of today. Sometimes, just for that moment, I'm not going to drink. And time just marched on. And I followed the 12 steps. And then I continued to pursue personal growth in many different areas. Meditation, lots of books and people that had different ideas about what life is about and what God is about and what faith is about and what belief is about, and I pursued all those and still do. That's important to me, and I think it's important to sobriety that I continue to grow, continue to find a spiritual path. So there's a lot more that I could tell you, but I don't want to make this too long. So I'll probably continue at another time, but I just wanted to let you know that if you are having trouble with drinking or any kind of drug use, there's help for you. And I guess the biggest thing was the prayer that I said when I was sitting in my truck that afternoon in my van, my cable van, and just ready to die. And my prayer was, God help me. That was it. And that's when it changed. That's when I saw that there was an alternative. So, don't want to get too mushy on you and too much God stuff, but give it a try. Sobriety, it's been a good life so far, and I plan on sticking around even longer, so Why am I telling you this? I don't know. I just felt like a lot of people, some people know me, and with my YouTube channel, I post a lot of different videos on a lot of different subjects, but this is one subject that I haven't talked about, and I thought it was time. So thanks so much for watching. I'm going to be posting some songs that I wrote in early sobriety. And they're kind of based on sobriety, and so I'll be doing that soon. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you like my channel, my videos. And if you don't, well, that's fine too. Okay, this is Pete Smith saying so long and be safe.